Hey, what is going on, you guys? This is the Base 11 and staying true to my word. I want to start trying to do at least one video each day off on one of my days off. And for this one, I was going to be doing a new series I wanted to start called Top Tens. I'll do like I was talking about in the other previous video. I was saying I want to start doing top tens of whatever stuff that's I can relate to. So this one to kick off, I was going to do a top 10 of my favorite songs by my favorite singer, George Strait. For the rest of the video, I won't be looking at the camera. I'm getting stuff ready for Outcast Mania. Like I also said in my previous video, if you follow my Outcast Wrestling Federation, hopefully I'll be getting Outcast Mania out to you guys soon. So I'm gonna start this list. So just so you know, these aren't in any particular order, but so I probably have to go with for the very first one would be "I Cross My Heart." If you ever seen a Pure Country, that's the biggest song out of there. But it's always been my favorite one, even before I watched Pure Country. It's just a really nice song. I think he really does really well with, lyric wise and all that. So, and it's one I personally like to sing every now and then, not just when I have no one's around. I know that sounds weird, but it's one that I like to sing every now and then just for the hell of it. But so kind of going off with that, I'd probably say number two would have to be "The Man in Love with You," because if you listen to that one, you can hear you listen to the lyrics, and it's about, hey, it starts out, I'm not the key that opens every door, and then it's basically saying, hey, I may not be the person you wanted, but I'm the guy that's always want to love you no matter what, through thick and thin, through hell and back and all that. So, yeah, that's a really good one. It's another favorite of mine, just because, it's like I was saying, he's saying, hey, I'm not probably what you wanted. I'm not gonna be able to make all your dreams come true, but I'm gonna do whatever I can. And in the end, I'm always gonna be the man in love with you. So, um, so I can't even remember if I started at 10 or if I started at 1. But for the third one on the list, so I'm just gonna go. Number 3 would be "Check Yes or No." This was actually the very first song I ever heard by George Strait. It's kind of tells a story about two young kids in third grade, and the girl passes the guy a note, and it says, you know, "Hey, I like you. Do you like me?" And in that traditional, you know, elementary school way, it says, "Check yes or no." And they get together, they get married, and yeah, it's just basically them going throughout their life, and you can probably tell I didn't really think this through before filming, but oh well. So, but yeah, that's another good one. Number 4, uh, number 4, number 4, I'd probably go with "Amarillo" by Morning. That's actually a really good one because he talks about going through the rodeos, and he says later on in the song, he lost a wife, he lost a girlfriend. At one point his leg got broken, his back got broken, and I can't remember. I think it was, but I think he redid the song. I believe it was written by someone else, if I remember correctly. But if I remember correctly, that his version I really like. If I'm remembering correctly, I can't remember who originally wrote it, and I haven't heard the original version. But this is just George Strait as of now. So, but yeah, it's just a really nice song. It's really mellow. There's nothing like too. It's not like, yeah, but yeah, that's another good one. Okay, so number 5, probably another good one for another, when back when George used to do his rodeo days was I Can Still Make Cheyenne, or I believe it's just called Cheyenne, but you know, uh, so he goes up to this payphone and he calls his I think it's never really explained, but I'm going to guess it's his wife in the song. He says, I'm done. I want to come home. The rodeo's, it's taking it all it can from me, and I'm just ready to come home. But his wife on the other end says, don't come back. I'm gonna be gone. I found someone else. And as they put it, he sure ain't no rodeo man. And so he says he's sorry, but if he hangs up right now, he can still make Cheyenne, which is, I can't remember where Cheyenne is exactly, but it's another thing for rodeo competition. It's another step in there, but yeah, it's just a nice testament back to his rodeo days and just rodeo itself. Kind of like a little off topic, but it's like kind of like "Silence on the Line" by Chris Ledoux. So yeah. Number six. I could probably go with number six. I'd probably go back to Pure Country and say Heartland. It's also another. I think it's another big one of the movie. It basically just talks about Texas. You know, twin fiddles, steel guitars, opera shows. It's basically just kind of going back to Texas. How he likes it. And so on that topic, I say number seven would be All My Exes Live in Texas. A lot of people know that one. He talks about all of his exes. How they kind of what they think happened to them. What kind of how where they live and all that. Later on in the song, he says, he remembers swimming in the Frio River, and he goes back every now and then, every night, but before daylight even cracks, he gets back to home, and as of then, he hangs his hat in Tennessee because all of his exes live in Texas. So, uh, I guess number eight would be "Carrying Your Love with Me." That's another good one, and it starts out, he has a leather bag, and all of his stuff fits into it, and it barely fills the bag at all. But he doesn't want her to worry because he's always asked his love from, as he puts it, West Virginia down to Tennessee. And with it, he'll be moving with the good Lord's speed. But yeah, it's another good one. And like I said, I didn't really plan this out for the video. I'm just kind of winging it. So I probably could explain these a lot better, but so that was eight. And also another thing, I may only be doing 10, but there's tons of just perfect songs by George Strait. There's the lesser known ones, so on that note, let's go with the lesser kind of one that's not too known as number 9 and 10. So number 9, let's do. What do we want to do for number 9? Okay, so I guess for number 8, there's a good one. It's called "As Far as It Goes." So in the song, he's talking. This girl, she wants to take it nice and slow because that's how it usually goes. But then, as it gets in the chorus, he says, "I'm only going to give you everything," which is, he's basically saying, "Hey, It's meant to sound like he's not going to give a whole bunch, but then he comes out saying, I'm only going to give you everything. Take it, and I'll be pretty much at the end of my road." He's going to love her one day past forever, and that's as far as it goes. But so but yeah, it's a nice little lesser known song by him, so it's another good one, and that was number 9. I think I said 8, but I guess for number 10, probably go with. So I think for number 10, we'll go ahead and go with the chair. So in this one, he walks up to a girl saying, hey, you have my chair, but it's okay. You can sit there. That seat's not taken. And so they start talking, and he gets to know her, and he offers to buy her a drink and all that, and he asks if she's waiting for someone, and she is, and he says so is he, and and then they just start having a conversation, and then he asks her to dance, and in the very end, he's like, I like you, but something I gotta say, that wasn't even my chair. I just So in the end, it was basically just saying, hey, I just did this because I wanted to come up and talk to you, and I wanted to get to know you, and I wanted to, you know, yeah. So, so yeah, I know it wasn't the best top 10, but, and like I also said, there's plenty of songs that could have been on the list, but I was just kind of winging it as of now. It's a little later than I would want to get a video made, but just wanted to get one up because promised I would start getting one up at least one day on my day off, so. This has been the Base 1911. Don't forget to subscribe to my buddies Super Game and Cinema Insults, and just don't forget to subscribe. Follow my wrestling Wrestling Federation. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.